So, is Green Chef the healthiest meal delivery service out there? Well, that's what we'll be weighing up in this review because, as they say, you are what you eat. So in this video, I'll be opening up the box on Green Chef's organic meal kits to look at the ingredients and recipes inside, and hopefully this will help you figure out if Green Chef's meals may or may not be right for you and your family. To give you an idea, Green Chef is certified organic and claims to be the most sustainable meal delivery service. When I first tried them, the big question for me was, if their food is so green and healthy, then how delicious can it really be? And what exactly is an organic meal kit? How much do they cost? And what is it like to cook and eat Green Chef's meals? And before we move on, if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more reviews. And just to be upfront, I do these reviews on brands that I'm interested in trying for whatever reason. And then I share what I know about them in the hopes that this will help you choose what's right for you and your family. Now, if you decide that you want to try out Green Chef, I do get a little bit of a kickback if you use the affiliate links in the description. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get a bit of a discount as well, which you wouldn't find directly on their website. So we both win. Now, let's unpack some of these claims about Green Chef being the healthiest meal kit you can get delivered right to your door nowadays. Okay, so what kind of company sets out to be the healthiest food delivery service? As the name suggests, Green Chef is all about green living and clean food for the good health of both their customers and the environment. So all their meal kits contain certified organic produce, and all the other ingredients are sustainably sourced from ethical suppliers. Green Chef proudly advertises that they have the organic seal of the USDA, or US Department of Agriculture, which means they can be trusted to sell foods grown to strict codes that are good for the environment. And it also means that at the very least, 70% of their ingredients are certified organic without any GMOs, preservatives, steroids, hormones, antibiotics, or other toxins and chemicals. And to that end, Green Chef aims to be the most environmentally sustainable meal kit service on the market because all their meal kits are 100% carbon neutral. Green Chef was the first organic, eco-friendly subscription meal service with plenty of choices when it comes to low-carb, high-protein, and vegetarian meal kits. But they especially stand out for their gluten-free and vegan plans, and they now provide premium organic meat as an optional add-on as well. And it works like this. You start by choosing which of the 8 dietary preference plans apply to you. And this is just to get an idea of your priorities, because the 80-meal weekly menu is available to all subscribers. If you're only interested in gluten-free or vegan, then there will always be at least 10 meals a week to choose from. So the Mediterranean plan features seasonal produce and protein meals from the timeless cuisines of Southern Europe. The gut and brain health plan is pretty similar, but this is a high fiber, nutrient-rich menu designed to reduce bloating and increase energy. The keto plan is also good for paleo diets because it keeps the carbs under 20 grams to focus on animal protein, healthy fats, fresh produce, seeds, and nuts instead. Plant-based gives vegetarians and vegans a wide range of tasty and creative recipes using organic produce. There are some vegetarian meal kits in the 30 grams or more protein pack plan, but this is where you'll find premium recipes using prime cuts of organic beef or wild-caught salmon alongside the standard sustainable farm salmon and grass-fed beef. So across all of those menus, there are collections like quick and easy recipes that you can make in under 25 minutes, or Calorie Smart for meals with less than 650 calories. And finally, the gluten-free plan is probably the best meal kit subscription for gluten-sensitive or intolerant people. And Green Chef has been verified and certified by the Gluten Intolerance Group as a validated gluten-free safe spot. That means they can be trusted to deliver nutritious meals with no wheat, barley, rye, or other ingredients that are sources of gluten. You can customize your weekly order by adding extra meals, premium meals, organic proteins, and breakfast, lunch, or snack add-ons. But you start by picking your box size. Each week, you can opt to make 3 or 4 recipes with 2, 4, or 6 servings each, and the price per meal shifts accordingly. And just to reiterate, if you decide that you want to try Green Chef, I do get a little bit of a kickback if you use the links down in the description. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain, because if you use it, you'll get a bit of a discount which you won't find directly on Green Chef's website. Okay, so now we get to the best part in my opinion. I'm going to talk about the food that I've been cooking for the past few weeks. So I chose all the menu preferences except for plant-based and gluten-free because I wanted to keep my options a little more on the open side. And I chose a weekly box of 4 meals for 2 people, knowing that I could change this at any time later if I want to, and I got free shipping, 60% off my first box, and 20% off for the next 8 boxes, which was a nice little surprise. And I have to admit that I get a little bit excited whenever I see the boxes in my door with all the ingredients on them, kind of like when you get your Amazon box. And I like that they're color-coded to match the recipe cards. Meat and fish are packed separately below the ice packs that are filled with non-toxic gel, and the box insulation is made from a plant-based material, and of course, everything is recyclable. So each meal has all the fruit and vegetables packed in separate plastic pouches, and the other ingredients measured out or pre-prepared and ready to add according to each of the recipes. And just as with every meal kit delivery service, they do expect you to have salt, pepper, and add your own oil, but they do usually include pre-made sauces, seasoning mixes, and dressings, most of which have been pretty good so far. Although one of them, the sriracha sauce, was a bit too spicy for me, but that's just my personal preference. The recipes use a lot of pots and pans, often 3 or more for one meal, and although meals, aside from the quick and easy ones, are supposed to take less than 30 minutes or so on average, it's been closer to 45 plus minutes for me. But good food takes effort, and I am definitely not the speediest in the kitchen, so I don't really mind that it's taken me a bit longer on average. And personally, I'm a giant carnivore, so I really enjoy eating meat, but for the sake of this review, I did try some of the vegan meals, and I do have to admit they were also pretty tasty. I made a butternut squash risotto, which was some of the best comfort food I've had in recent times. The risotto was cooked really nicely with Green Chef's umami stock concentrate, and the butternut was oven roasted with paprika and a little bit of maple syrup. Instead of cheese, there were toasted pecans, and I felt full for a while, but it didn't weigh me down or make me tired, not to mention that it was surprisingly delicious. And some of Green Chef's recipes are not what you might expect from a quote-unquote healthy meal kit. I actually especially love the truffle linguine with chicken, which had some really delicious truffle butter in the creamy sauce along with mushrooms and green peas, and was the first time I'd ever had anything with truffles in it, so now I get what all the hype's about. And the pasta was topped with pan-seared chicken breast that came out pretty perfectly. The chicken in this recipe was free range, and like all of Green Chef's meat, it's all from farms with high animal welfare standards. The salmon is sustainably farmed, the beef is grass-fed, and I've got no complaints about the quality. But now you can get organic beef, chicken, and wild-caught sockeye salmon from the a la carte add-on menu and in the new premium Chef Select meal kits. They do cost a little bit more, like $7 or so, but I tried one of them, the organic beef tenderloin, and it had a really interesting pan sauce made from caramelized shallots and fig jam. The beef was seasoned with an oregano garlic mix that came with it, and it came out pretty succulent, rich, and really flavorful. Well worth a little bit of extra to impress my wife on date night. There were also cheddar mashed potatoes, which were really good, but I don't like scallions, so I didn't sprinkle them on. My wife said that they added a little bit of a nicer crunch, and the whole meal was rounded out with roasted organic broccoli, which was a really big hit with her. So as I said, all these meals came with organic produce and eggs, unless marked otherwise, and the organic produce looks different from the stuff you buy in the stores because they're not treated with preservatives or sprayed with insecticides, so they do look a little bit scruffy and less uniform, but once you cook and eat them, that doesn't matter, because if you didn't already know, organic food is just generally packed with a lot more flavor. All the meals had detailed nutritional information, and each of the recipes warn you about the possibilities of allergens, but you didn't get the options to exclude specific ingredients. So if you do have allergies, you'll have to read the ingredients pretty carefully before you choose your meals. But if you need help with choosing your meals or a diet plan, you can book a completely free 20-minute coaching session with a Green Chef nutritionist who will help you reach whatever health goals you have. Okay, so how much will you pay for Green Chef meal kits, and how does it compare with the competition? Well, the price depends on the number of servings you order and ranges from $13.50 per serving for 3 meals for 2 people to $12 for 16 to 24 servings for 4 different meals. The most popular plan is 4 meals serving 2, with each costing around $13. And if this sounds a little bit pricey, keep in mind that organic food is almost always more expensive to produce, so there's always a price premium attached. But if budget is your only concern, then you might want to think about trying a different meal service that uses more processed ingredients and is less sustainable, because usually they charge a little bit less. But if health, both yours and the Earth's, is what's most important to you, then Green Chef is definitely one of, if not the best options out there in terms of meal delivery kits. And if you've been following my channel or my content for a while, you know that I've basically been on a mission to try out different meal delivery services to make this series of honest reviews. So I can say definitively that they all have their positives and negatives. In that vein, let's compare Green Chef to Blue Apron, whose meal kits are really good, delicious, and cost around $10 per meal. Blue Apron wins for general appeal in my opinion, but which one has healthier meals and is more environmentally friendly? Well, Blue Apron does have some vegetarian meals and a calorie-restricted plan for weight loss, but their packaging is much less sustainable. They're more focused on making delicious meals and less on health. So when it comes to health, with a gluten-free menu, a plant-based plan for vegans and vegetarians, organic produce, and sustainability as their first priority, Green Chef wins hands down. Also, another popular meal delivery service is HelloFresh. And they do offer vegetarian meals that are priced for a few dollars less per meal. But HelloFresh doesn't cater to special diets because they actually acquired Green Chef back in 2018 to serve that niche of green food with gluten-free, vegan, and other healthy diets. So they're actually two divisions of the same company, and they both offset 100% of delivery emissions and plastic packaging. But Green Chef's food is more sustainable than HelloFresh, and is the one to choose for special diet plans or if health is your major concern. So that about sums up this video, except for my final verdict. When it comes to my recommendation, I have no problem recommending Green Chef as the best healthy meal kit service. Because of their creative menus and interesting flavors, it takes healthy food sort of to a higher, more gourmet level. They have certifications from the experts to back up their claims as well. With them, health is not just something they mention to sell their meals. Throughout all my trial and my research, I really did get the impression that they take it very seriously and have a lot of success putting together meals that are both really tasty and nutritious, all while being environmentally friendly, and that just works. Okay, so that's all for this review. If you found it helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. And as I mentioned earlier, if you do decide that you want to give Green Chef a try, I get a small kickback if you use the affiliate links down in the description. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get a bit of a discount, which you wouldn't find directly on their website. So I think it's a win-win. And as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts or questions in the comment section, and I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can. And finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.